Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Sim Update 10 in Wellington, New Zealand. It is the early morning hours here in New Zealand, and we are going to be flying to Queenstown. Again, it's a local flight aboard Air New Zealand Flight 609. We are going to be flying at a final cruise altitude today of 34,000 feet. And this is actually one of the world's most challenging approaches into Queenstown. And it should be good fun. I'm very glad to be with you this evening. And I want to welcome with you my dear friends and followers, Rand Cooley, Badger, and Ryan. Thank you very much. Gents, for being here this evening and for your continued support to the channel. I truly appreciate it. Lucas, hello my friend, good evening to you. Great to have you with us on this live stream today. It's been raining all day in Wellington, and ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful scenery is that of Flight Beam Wellington. It is one of the best airports made for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is truly a very detailed airport, optimized for performance. It's just really a lovely airport. If you like flying in and out of New Zealand, this is one airport I highly recommend. It is so detailed and it is so beautiful that it will definitely make you enjoy the flying experience in and out of New Zealand. Highly recommended airport. All right, so today we're going to be using the full services of GSX, and we're going to get a chance to also take a look at the recently updated version of Flight Control Replay, which now supports the Fenix and the PMDG a fleet of aircraft. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to come here and we are going to bring up the GSX service, and we're going to say just request boarding.
Boarding requested.
All right, and that should bring up all the ground services and the jetways as well, as you can see automatically. I love the fact that everything is automated. And in the meantime, we're going to hop into the flight deck here, and we're going to turn on battery 1, battery 2, and the external power. We're going to turn on the cruise supply and ground control. Moving up here, and we're going to set the ADIRS to nav mode, and excellent. So we're going to come again and arm the emergency light. We'll turn on the non-smoking sign, but we'll leave the seatbelt signs until boarding and fueling is complete. Perfect. We can now bring up our displays here. The self-test is still in progress. The Fenix, by the way, has been updated, and a host of new fixes and improvement have been introduced into this version of the Fenix A320. Performance is still pretty much the same, but overall, because we have Sim Update 10 with all the performance enhancements, the aircraft is actually a lot more enjoyable now, and you can take it. I've tried it at London Heathrow, at Brussels Airport, one of the heavy airports, and actually performance is very, very good, getting between 40 and 45 FPS. So I'm pretty happy with performance. We're going to turn on, we don't need that much floodlight, but let's turn on those lights, and maybe that's good. All right, perfect. And we're going to turn on the lights here and here. We'll probably turn those off later on once we are above the clouds. I know there's a lot. Yeah, there we go. Just kind of bring up some lights here to the display, and things look much better that way. All right, here we go. All right, perfect. So now we have a nicely illuminated cockpit, and in the meantime, let's take a look here at the outside. Looks like the baggage still on its way. There we go. That's the baggage and the cargo being delivered to the aircraft. Excellent. And then we're going to go to the electronic flight bag. I want to welcome Andre. Hello, Andre and Andy. Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Mika, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Kiwi Land, absolutely. Jan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. And we have also Paul and Stan. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thanks very much for being here and for your continued support. Appreciate it very much. And we have also with us Paul. How's it going, Paul? Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. All right, let's go ahead and set up the EFB here. Nice improvements again to the EFB just in terms of performance. Let's go ahead and tap here and get our sim brief plan. All right, so as you can see today we are going to be flying from Wellington November Zulu Whiskey November to November Zulu Quebec November, and we are going to go to the ground services here. We're going to leave that alone for the time being. Let's go to mass and balance, and we have everything here, so we'll just leave it so that GSX can finish its boarding, and then basically we will set it to load the aircraft. All right, so let's go over here to the overhead panel and make sure we haven't forgotten anything. Everything here looks good to me. All right, we can go to the Mcp, and let's see here. We're going to go to the ATSU. And we are going to select the OAC menu, flight in it, and we're going to select initiate data request, and that should basically bring up the information from SimBrief. As you can see, we are Air New Zealand 609er. We're departing Wellington to Queenstown. The alternate is Yankee Mike Hotel Bravo, and the estimated time our flight today is 1 hour and 3 minutes. Excellent. Let's go to the initialization page, and we're going to do init, and that should again populate all the required information into the Mcp. As you can see here, we have it, and we can insert the flight number, which is Air New Zealand 609, and the cost index for our flight today is 5. Andre, welcome to the VVIP membership here at the Kuwait Pilot Channel. Thank you very much, sir, for your support. Don, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for being here this evening. And thank you very much, Andre, for joining the VVIP membership here at the Kuwait Pilot Channel. I appreciate it very much. All right, cruise altitude is 340. And we're going to insert that here. IRS initialization. We're going to align on reference, confirm the alignment, and now everything is done here. Let's go to the next page, and now we need to enter the payload information. So we're going to go back to our electronic flight bag here, and we can pick up those numbers here. We have the 0 fuel 44, 44. That, by the way, everything is in kilograms here. So 44. And so we're going to say 44, and we are going to grab the Mac gross weight at 25.4, 25.4. All right, and that is now set. Block fuel today for the flight is going to be 9. Let's see, planned fuel is 10. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say load the aircraft and say instant. There we go. All right. Boarding is complete and baggage is still loading. Let's just take a quick look here. Yeah, so the jetway is gone, and this is the last piece of cargo being loaded into the aircraft. Excellent. All right, and so the fuel is 10.6. 10.6. And everything is done here, and we can go now to the flight plan. All right, let's go to the flight plan. We're going to select our departure. Today we are departing runway 16 out of Wellington, and we're going to be doing so through the Taxa 5 Quebec departure. That's the one there. And do we have a transition? We have the SABDA transition, which is this one here, SABDA transition, and insert. Perfect. And then we can go to the arrival. The arrival today is going to be through, according to the plan, it's going to be the LROV2 Alpha runway 05, and I believe that we can do an RNAV. Let's see here, RNAV, yeah. So we're going to do RNAV runway 05, and it is the LROV2 Alpha. LROV2 Alpha. Thank you very much, Grey Goose. I am very glad that you are that you like this route. It is definitely a very beautiful route, without a doubt. All right, so we are going to insert that. And now, if we look at the flight plan, we're just going to make sure there are no discontinuities. This is, by the way, folks, a very challenging approach into Queenstown. That's into the plan. All right, looks like there is one discontinuity. What did I do? I missed it. All right, let's go back here. End of flight plan. 2005. Why is it doing that? All right, let's just check the plan here. It's definitely doing some strange stuff there. That's runway 05. So that's our route. We're going to come to. Oh, this is the missed approach plan there. All right, so. Let me just make this a bit bigger. All right, that's fine. It looks just like the charts, so I think we're good there. All right, let's go back here, and I'm just make sure the next page that we have. All right, we have all the data here. Let's go to performance, and from performance we can come back to the electronic flight bag and grab the information from the runway surface. Is currently dry, runway 16. We're going to load up everything from the load sheet here, and we're going to have the packs on for departure, and we're going to get the weather information and calculate. And once we calculate here, we have 123, 146, and 146. All right, so 123, 123, 146, and 146. Beautiful. And we are done there for flaps. Today we're going to do flaps 1, and there's actually no trim. Perfect. Flaps 1. And then the flex temperature is... let's see. Flex temperature, nothing's there. So we'll just leave it there. All right. So everything looks good here. Let's put this on FMCG, and we're going to put it on performance. So we have the takeoff information. And we're going to set this to the legs page. We're going to change this back to the map. And looks like the sun is coming up, so it should be a nice departure out of Wellington. And there isn't really that much traffic here, so we are good to go. All right, looks like the boarding is complete. Let's make sure all the doors are closed, which they are. GSX has done its job for us today. So we are good. Let's go ahead and start the APU and finish up with the rest. We're going to bring up the lights here. I don't think we'll need much lights after departure, but for the time being, we'll just leave them so that we can see the cockpit more clearly. And we're going to use the magic button here to set the altimeter, and it is set. Our altitude today is 34,000 feet. By the way, I've done extensive testing now on Sim Update 10 performance, as using DLSS versus let's start the APU versus TAA or whatever that anti-aliasing, and the difference in performance isn't really that much, to be very frank. But I find DLSS to have sharper edges, and everything looks so crisp. And I am able to actually put the the Fenix in any airport and get very decent frames, which is very, very cool. Hector, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us in this live stream. Good Friday to you, my friend. And thank you for your continued support. Swiss Butter, welcome aboard, my friend. Toga Thrust, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for your kind words. It's going very, very well. Thank you. And Smoke 433, should you adjust your weight since you put in them prior to loading? No, it's all right. It shouldn't really affect things too much. So, looks like the route isn't the correct route from Nightbot. So sorry about that. I forgot to update the route, but looks like we have now the APU bleed is turned on. For those of you who want the route, let me just copy that, and I will put it for you here in chat. So that's, there we go. That's the route for our flight today. I've just shared that with you in chat for those of you who wish to fly the same route later on. All right, so we have the APU running. We're going to turn on our beacon lights, and the nav lights are on. Everything here is looking good, and we can now request GSX pushback for runway 16, prepared for pushback and departure. Right, departure clearance is requested.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Excellent, thank you. And in the meantime, we can come down here and go to the ground services and remove the ground power unit. Let's see here, ground services, and we no longer need the, let me just make sure that we have the APU bleed turned on. Okay, perfect.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Very, very nice airport here at Wellington. Right, here's the pushback.
Lock in gear.
Perfect. Oh, looking good. All right, so we are going to do nose to the left. Nose to the left. Nose to the left, indeed.
Release parking brakes, please.
All right, parking brake is released.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
All right, and we have
Start at
clearance. We can start our engines now. So we are going to come to the engine mode selector, set it to start, and we'll start with engine number 2. Not sure what GSX was doing there. Right, here we go. It's doing some really strange things. Here's the engine starting. Very nice airport, and a very beautiful part of the world to fly in and out of. Really, Wellington is just very, very scenic. Absolutely gorgeous. English Factory, hello Q8 pilot, could you please do a video about the latest MSFS update? I will definitely do that, but I don't want to hurry. So I'd like to normally take my time with these videos, and because I want to maximize the benefit for you guys. So the more I get to, you know, interrogate it, but there are a lot of things that have changed in terms of performance.
Please set parking brakes.
And one of the things that was actually very surprising.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right, let's start engine number 1. Is in previous versions of MSFS, confirm engine
Cockpit to
start.
ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
In all the previous versions, when you disabled, screen optimizations, we got better frames. But that's not the case after Sim Update 10. In fact, if you disable screen optimizations, you get less frames. And so some things have changed. So I'm testing things out, and rest assured that as soon as I'm happy and can confirm all my findings, I will make a video and share it with you guys. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe less than that, depending on my time. But I have something special for you guys coming up, and I'll give you a bit of an update as well as soon as we are airborne. All right, looks like the pushback is complete. And
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
by the way, this is this livery
Left
has
is clear. Right is clear.
an interior, a custom interior, which looks very nice. There we go. All right, looks like we have a good start on both engines, engines 1 and 2. So we're gonna come over to the start mode selector and put it on normal, and then we're gonna turn off the APU bleed, APU master, and we're gonna turn on the runway turn off lights. Taxi lights are on, and we can arm the auto brake to max. We're gonna arm the speed brake, and we're gonna set flaps 1 for departure, and we are pretty much good to go. All right, we have clearance as well from ground control. We're just going to wait for this guy to make it across, and then we'll release the parking brake and head over to the runway. Antic, hello my friend, welcome aboard. What do you think about X-Plane 12? I think it's great. Just give it some time. It's still in early access. Crunchwrap69, welcome aboard. Good evening to you. Glad to have you with us. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button for me. And if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification button so that you are notified of the latest streams, guides, tutorials, and giveaways here on the Q8 Pilot channel. Hey, Harold, Phoenix, welcome aboard, my friend. All right, so now we are good to go. We're going to release the parking brake. Parking brake is released, and let's go ahead and head over to runway 16 for departure. Give it some power. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this beautiful Fenix in the Air New Zealand livery. Just what a great looking aircraft. And we're going to take here taxiway Bravo, and from taxiway Bravo we'll take taxiway Papa all the way to the hold short point at runway 16. Beautiful scenery, really. Some really nice custom views of the Fenix as well. All right, there's some external views for you guys for your viewing pleasure, and we'll do more of those as soon as we are airborne. Right, here we go. Right, takeoff. What is it complaining about? Ah, the passenger signs. All right, and now there are no blues, and we are cleared for departure, runway 16. I love this airport, and generally speaking, Flight Beam really creates a very, very nice scenery. And by the way, Queenstown today is that of iniScene, the Kuwait pilot official partners, ini Builds, or ini Builds. I know I say ini, it's I guess ini Builds. And they've been creating some really very, very stunning scenery. The last being Ibiza, which is really a beautiful airport. And I've seen the previews of Los Angeles, which is, I'm just really waiting for that airport. Beautiful, beautiful looking airport. Here is our turn, folks. And we are cleared for takeoff. We're going to make a brief stop here. And we are going to turn on the landing lights. Landing lights are on. Nose light to takeoff. Strobes are on. Wing lights are on. And we are good to go. All right, let's give it some power. And let's go. All right, we were cleared for takeoff, runway 16. Brakes released. What's it complaining about now? Rotate. Pause the rate of climb. Gears going up. Look at that departure. What's it complaining about? Gear not down? Not sure. Why is it... Alright. It's happy now. On climb. Not sure what's going on there. Let me turn off the auto throttle. Very strange. First time this has happened. Begin the turn here. Okay, let's see if that works. It is on climb. It looks like the D10, there's a problem with the D10. Right, we can disarm. But I'm I'm not exactly sure. Alright, let me try to... Alright, climb thrust is set now. And we're not getting any warnings here, so... Wow, that was a rough takeoff. Yeah, it should have, I actually calibrated the joystick. I'm not sure why we've gotten that, but just look at this beautiful departure out of Wellington. It's a nice wing view there. All right. Approaching 10,000 feet, we're going to go ahead and kill the landing lights. And wing lights, runway turn off lights. All right, we're good now. RNAV 05 is already there. And we're going to continue now the climb to 34,000 feet. Bit of a rough departure out of Wellington. Seem a lot more smoother after the update. Absolutely, Jay. Yes, I will tell you, it's a lot smoother, and the frames are good. The stuttering is almost non-existent after Sim Update 10. So definitely a lot of the issues, a lot of the crashes are gone. Some issues, by the way, are still there. So I can't really say that this is, you know, the... By the way, even after the update for the Fenix, I don't think that they... I don't know if they have the weather, but it doesn't seem like it works. So let's see here. Yeah, I don't think there is any weather there. And, alright, 13,000. Right. Got reference set to standard. And all is looking good. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think that they've, you know, introduced the weather, and even when you put the terrain, for some reason you don't really get anything. I'm not sure if this is something that needs fixing by Fenix, or is something related to Sim Update 10. That I really don't know. Whether it does work, there is just no weather at your current location right now. Mika, I know that the weather works. It works with several aircraft. Just with the Fenix, I've tried it earlier, and there was a thunderstorm somewhere in Australia. I'm not sure, one of the islands, and I got actually nothing here on the display in terms of weather. So I'm not sure that that Fenix has implemented the weather or not in this version. Do you think the 4090 will finally solve the performance issue once and for all? I think so. I think it will be, at least from what I've seen so far, it is going to be a game changer. But of course remains to be seen. I will have to go now. Hope you have a smooth ride for the rest of the flight. I'll watch the replay later. See you on next stream. Alright, Andre, no worries at all. Have fun and be safe, my friend. Hey, Kurt, how are you doing? PMDG and Fenix have both said that the weather provided by Asobo isn't enough for them to implement. Oh, that's good to know. Right, and is that the FMC speed? Constraint. Looks like there is a limit there. I'm not sure why we're getting all these strange things in this. Right, that looks like that's the top of descent or top of climb. That's very strange. Why are we getting this? Well, it looks like it's going to be a rough arrival, just from looking at this. Go to the next page. Yeah, let's see here. Performance. Doesn't look like I can do anything there. You can't go to any pages. The only option here is to activate the approach. So I'm not sure what are we going to do with that when we arrive. But what I'm going to do is, here's the thing. I can rely on another piece of information here for our flight. Not even flying the flight plan properly. But let me check this out here. Let's see. Fix climb. Okay. All right. So we're still climbing to top of climb. Maybe things will correct itself after we time to parachute. Do you have DLSS activated? Cause the displays are kind of blurry. I don't see any displays, any blurry displays, to be honest. At least on my screen here, everything looks very sharp. I do have DLSS enabled, but I have it on quality. So there we go. All right, looks like there is something wrong with our... There's a limit here. Can we delete that? Deleted the constraint there, and if we go to the flight plan performance, that's still there. Let's go to the plan. Let's take a look here as we step through. Let me reduce the range and let's step through. That's runway 05. Very strange. All right. Here's a look at the outside. Beautiful. Do you use AIG live traffic, and if so, have you noticed long load times since the update? I do use AIG traffic, and no, I have not, noticed any problem with loading times. In fact, the sim overall loads a lot faster. Only the displays are blurry, the rest is fine. No, the displays are actually pretty fine. I don't really have any blur, the displays are just fine. Now if you go to performance, if you change this to performance, they do become blurry. But right now everything is looking pretty sharp. Yeah. I'm not sure what is going to happen. This is the top of climb, and the flight plan looks a bit strange, so we might use, let me just take a quick look here. Yeah. Thanks, Dan, for confirming. Hello World says, hello Q8. In terms of system simulation, do you think that the tallest A320 320 from X-Plane Shuttle are similar level to the Fenix? I think they are pretty comparable, but the Fenix probably has more complex systems. The tallest, however, flies a lot better. Now, if you are to compare the tallest, I would compare the A340 with this one. They're very different aircraft, but in terms of depth of system simulation, the tallest A340 is a very advanced aircraft in terms of system simulation, especially even the simulation of the fuel is just phenomenal. Very, very realistic aircraft. But the Fenix is again very, very complex. I think it is the most complete in terms of system simulation. So I'm not sure why we get this here. Yeah, we don't get the pages there anymore. Maybe things will change once we are at, we passed the top of climb. We were about 4,000 feet, and the speed seems to be, again, very, very strange. Entire flight plan is just messed up, I think. Here's a nice wing view for you guys. Beautiful texture work on the Fenix, really. Bill Barrett, hello my friend, thanks very much for your support. You need to go direct to the first waypoint in the RNAV arrival. If you want the waypoint you are now, it will impact, you will impact terrain. Really? Alright, let's take a look here. Let's see. We go to direct, and we can select this one here. Insert. Flight plan. You need to go direct to that first point in the RNAV arrival. If you, to the waypoint you are to now, you will impact terrain. How's your FPS and usage on the task manager? Everything is actually pretty good. Very high terrain in this area. Get out of the chart and have a look. All right, let's bring up the chart. And let's see here. Let's bring up Sim Toolkit Pro. All right, so that's the... Where are we? Let's see. That's us. And we're definitely flying away from the flight plan because we're flying direct now. So, yeah. All right, let's bring up Navigraph. And let's take a look here. New flight. It's from SimBrief. That's our flights. And we look here. 12,300. Right, do we have the restrictions here? $10,000 at evox. And alright, let me go ahead and clear this discontinuity and enter that. Alright, 2,000 to go. This is one of the most challenging approaches in the world. Gotta have your A game on this one. Absolutely, Bill. Absolutely. Very, very challenging. I've done, by the way, runway 23 earlier. But, yeah, I'm not sure how to get to, you know, the other phase. It looks like it's still on go-around. So the only thing we can do is activate the approach. Company message. We don't have to worry about that. Alright. That's the top of climb there. Last about 1,600 feet. If runway 23. We're actually landing runway 05 today. Not runway 23. So that's runway 05. But look at the speed. Again, the speed is not right. I'm not sure what happened at takeoff. Something must have gone wrong at takeoff and just messed things up. So... a look at the beautiful terrain in New Zealand. So that's top of climb right there, 34,000 feet. The plane could have done with a few more days of work before the update, probably. Have a look at the RNAV runway 05 chart and make sure we have all the right waypoints in the Mcp. That's actually a very good advice. Let's do that. And let's see here. Let me bring up Sim Toolkit Pro again here. All right, and this is runway 05. Let's go to... There we go, approach, runway 05. And if we look here, I don't think that we have them. Alright, let's just go here. Alright, let's see. So, you know what, let me just select this one more time. Arrival. And we're going to select... RNAV 05. Yeah, I think we have that right. Lipto Evox GOSAS QN581 QN 523, 597. I think this is outside the 565, 569. We do have them here, so I think we should be fine. That's us right there. We're definitely off the flight plan because we flew direct. So we've changed things around a little bit. Alright, I think we're looking okay. And I will just begin the top of descent in approximately, because we are not going to have anything here. So basically what I'm going to do is we're going to rely on SimToolkit Pro to tell us when to descend. Looks like we do have the waypoints. That's top of descent, and that's us right there. So right about here, we'll begin the descent, and we do have the restrictions, so that is also going. By the way, while we're at it, why don't we look at the Navigraph? So why don't we look at the chart details? All right, so here at QN, Quebec, November 555, and then QN 545, 053. And we need to be all right. So if we look here, 3100, climb to 10,000. All right, 3100. At Ombo. So if we look here, we don't see Ombo here. I don't think we have all the doesn't look like we have all of the Good afternoon, Raul Rodriguez. Welcome aboard, my friend. Abdullah Al-Buti. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. You can use the secondary flight plan to set up a new approach and then activate it. Let's see here. We go to secondary flight plan, and we can select let's see, November. Six 523. That's going to be all right. So let's runway 05. You know what we can do is we can select a, we have Maqdad Muhammad just became a subscriber. Welcome aboard, my friend. What we can do is we can use, we can select a different approach. We can use runway 23. showing RNAV here. Right, I'm going to put this away right here. And we are actually not too far from top of descent now. And here's a outside view for you guys. Just look at the beautiful scenery here. I really am not sure what happened today with the, with the Mcp. Just all the weird things happen on stream. Without a doubt. 62 track 080 527 to Evox. We have also Gerard, just became a subscriber of the QA Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Jakub, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Best is to select another approach, then reselect what you want. Well, that's not a bad idea. We can definitely do that. So if we go to New Zealand, and we can go to the arrival, and we can select the RNAV runway 23. So that's the RNAV 23. All right, and through the LR4 Bravo, and insert that. All right, this will change things around. And if we look at the plan, now it's pretty much the same thing. Then we can go once more and select our previous runway, which is, no, we don't want VOR, we want the RNAV approach, runway 005, and it's going to be through the LRO 2 Alpha, insert, and that should have the information there. That was actually a good call. Thank you very much. And it looks like now we have all the waypoints there. Yeah, we definitely now have all the waypoints. We're going to come this way and make the turn. Not as bad as it used to be, and we can see the TD. We can't see it here, but at least we have the top of descent now. And this is where we're flying now. Flight plan. Change this to ARC. ETP. Range. All right. So we are looking good now. Thank you very much, Jakub, for the suggestion. I think it works. I think we do have our approach now configured there, and everything's looking good. We still don't have anything here. So what we'll do is, how many more nautical miles here? 170 nautical miles. 523. All right. Very, very strange. And here is a wing view. Beautiful. Just look at that. Very, very nice. by the way, if we look at the map, where are we right now? Yeah, we're supposed to pass by Church Christ International Airport from the seaside, but it looks like due to the change in our plan, we're kind of heading in a different direction. But we're closing in on the original flight plan. We're flying towards it now. So if we go here and look, we can see that after the top of descent, we have Elrobe, which is the transition into the star, and Evox, then Caslow, Mabga, and Gospa, Avgar, Eva. This is the speed limit, Lepto, Gosas, 581, 523. I think from there it would be the approach into runway 05, so we're looking all right. Very nice scenery of New Zealand, and by the way, I do have also the mesh for New Zealand. Hi, you need to be so gentle in flare. Yes, sir. You can activate the approach, and on progress page set the cruise alt captain. Page. So that is already set to 34,000 feet. So I'm not sure I follow why do we need to activate the approach and then set the cruise altitude. Systems are normal. Yeah, there's a lot to learn still with the Airbus, especially when things don't go right. We have the RNAV F05 here. Then there's definitely a lot to learn, without a doubt. MC Crewfish, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. I'm not sure what happened to the upon our takeoff from Wellington. We've had some issues, and I'm not sure why. And things just didn't go as expected, and it has set this to the speed, to this minimum speed. There was a restriction that we've deleted, but it's kind of flying pretty slow, as if this is the approach now, so we're just kind of flying towards the approach. We can, I suppose, increase the speed manually. Yeah, it is in go-round mode. I'm not sure how to remove that. If you know how to do that, I'd be grateful. I'm just not sure how we can remove that and take it back to cruise stage. Yeah. Activate the approach, is it? Learning the aircraft by doing, that's the best way to learn. Activate the approach. But if we activate the approach, it would start dropping the speed, right? Learning the aircraft by doing, that's the best way to learn. Absolutely, yeah. So if I activate the approach, it's going to start dropping the speed. It will set the, Mcp to, everything is just going to be set for our approach. So what will we do after that? it won't drop the speed below green dot. I think you turn off auto throttle, pull the throttle back to idle, then back to climb. Right, well, we can definitely try that one first. Let me turn off the auto throttle. And let's turn it back on. That didn't seem to fix anything. I think you turn off auto throttle, pull the throttle back. You can increase speed manually by putting the knob. Reselect 340 on the progress page. Alright, let's try that. Let's go to progress page and we're going to put 340. Aha! That has fixed the issue. Perfect. And now speed is going everything. Oh, that's great help. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That has fixed. Jakub, thank you very much. That's very, very helpful. You're okay in my book, sir. Thank you. Alright, can go back to flight plan. This is the, by the way, I don't think this is the correct top of descent. So I'm just going to rely on the sim brief plan. But at least we have things working properly now. And we're climbing to the right speed. Reselect the three, hello, speed check. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much, Jakub. I really appreciate it. Hamid Ryan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And we have also Mr. Martinez. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Oh, guys, just look at that. All right, I think we need to start. Our descent now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to initiate the descent, and we're going to descend to 16,000 feet initially. There we go. I'm going to initiate the descent. Let's take it to 24. What's going on with the speed now? Come on. Why is it doing that? Today is just not a good day, guys. Alright, you know what? We're going to do exactly what we did previously. We're going to go here, and we're going to select 340 again. Okay. Alright, that is going to increase the speed once more. just leave it now. That's actually the top of descent. Alright, so 24, 16. Alright, let's come down here and we're going to go to performance. Let's cruise. Next phase, next phase. Alright, let's grab our information for the arrival. And let's go to... Ooh, no METAR available. Wow. Alright, we're going to select the information from 1012. Temperature is 12 Celsius. And wind is 219. Alright, transition altitude is 13,000 feet. Okay, perfect. Flight plan. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and initiate the descent. Let's go to, oops, 24,000. Don't worry, it's easier to go down than up. Eventually you'll land. Jan, that was just so funny. I have to leave. Wish you a happy landing. Thank you very much, Hector. Thank you. Appreciate it. Has the cost index changed? Not that I know of. All right. Wow. What a flight. So tomorrow is Saturday, and we were scheduled to do the King Air review with Captain Guillaume Fontes. Unfortunately, guys, I'm having issues with the preview copy that I've received from Just Flight, where the radios just simply don't come on. And it's an intermittent issue. I've discussed it with Just Flight, and they've reached out to the developer, which is Black Square. But so far, I have had no luck with it. And so I will not be able to do the stream. I still need to let Captain Guillaume know. So tomorrow I might actually do a video, a recorded video, a review of the Cessna by WS Web, I believe. And they have actually, I've looked at, it's kind of, they've done to the default Cessna 172 what Black Square did to the Cessna Caravan and the King Air. And it is not study level, but I think it's near study level. So it's really, really good. I've done a few flights with it now, and actually it's a lot of fun. This looks like a really intense looking approach into New Zealand, but hopefully we'll be able to make it safely there. And considering all the trouble that we've had, you know, I'm not so sure. But guys, just look at this beautiful mesh of you know, New Zealand. What a beautiful country. One of my co-workers actually was from New Zealand, and I've seen some really very, very nice pictures of the country. It's just really beautiful. It's just a beautiful country. So that's what we're going to do. And then, of course, guys, don't forget that we are going to be doing a giveaway during my birthday stream on Sunday, the 25th of September, where I will be giving away 5 copies of X-Plane 12, courtesy of the Q8 Pilot channel. So be sure to tune in. Definitely, Jan, that makes 2 of us. I would love to visit New Zealand and Australia. Those are 2 countries definitely on my bucket list. I'd like to also visit Japan. A friend of mine was in Japan last year, and he just absolutely had a blast. He said it was one hell of an experience, really being in Japan. So that's definitely a country that I'd like to visit one day. And we have Pad, welcome aboard, my friend, glad to have you. And we have also Red Panther TV, hello from the Netherlands. Well, welcome aboard, my friend, and greetings to you from Kuwait. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and reset the MCP altitude to 16,000. 16,000 is set. There we go. So what are your predictions for our landing today, guys? What do you think our landing rate would be? By the way, we are pretty close to our destination now. As you can see, the aircraft is now slowing down. We are now over the beautiful mountains of New Zealand, heading to Queenstown. You know, sometimes I really don't understand why all the glitches happen while you're streaming. Nothing happens while you're, doing it offline. But once you start streaming, then, everything just goes berserk. I just don't get it. Alright, 25,000. The transition altitude in New Zealand is 13,000 feet. We're still looking good. Continuing our descent. Arnav to VLNS, welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. Benny, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Minus 107. Wow. After all this, after all this, you will make a good landing. Hopefully, Jakub. Do you use GSX Pro with the Fenix model? Yes, sir. Fred, I do use GSX with all my flights where it is supported. So we're looking good now, and continue our descent towards Queenstown. And again, guys, as a reminder, Queenstown today is provided courtesy of the Q8 Pilot official partners, iniBuild. It's a beautiful airport, and they have been really making some great airports, especially San Antonio and Ibiza were just really outstanding. beautiful mountain range here in New Zealand. Not getting any restrictions here. That's 16,000 right there. So there's one restriction there. 16. Yeah, we're going to keep it at 16 for now. Jan, hello, my friend, and thank you for becoming a VVIP member here at the Q8 Pilot channel. That's very kind of you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your support and welcome aboard. Q8 Pilot never makes bad landings. Thank you very much, Rand. I think I've had my share of, bad landings. And, but nonetheless, guys, one of the things I really like about streaming is the fact that I learn so much from you guys. Just as much as I give, I get in terms of the learning. And that is something I really appreciate a lot. And I remember in one of the flights we've done, ladies and gentlemen, here goes nothing is exactly what you want to hear as a passenger. So I think in one of the flights where one of you guys asked me to do a I think an engine fire, simulate an engine fire, and we did that, and I didn't really know what to do during that emergency situation, and literally while we were in a sim, I was literally sweating back here, and I just imagined what pilots go through and how they remain so calm and collected. Not all of them, but most of them during emergencies, they're so well trained to stay so very calm and collected and bring the aircraft to safety. Just amazing how they do that. Now we are approaching, as you can see, the area in New Zealand is extremely we have extremely high mountains, and this mountain range takes us all the way to the airport. So we need to be very careful with our altitude. Now this is the runway. You can see it here, and it looks like here there is a turn, but we can go direct to Gospa because this one ends here, and then it goes back and does some really strange thing. So yeah, so it looks very, very strange. So what I'm going to do is, if we go here, that's Ilrov, Kaslo, Guspa, that's Guspa. See it here? That's Kaslo, and then it's Guspa. That's Kaslo. So it looks like this is Kaslo, this is Guspa. And then, what was the next one? Guspa. Avgar. Alright, so it looks like this is our path, this way. So we're going to go this way. We can see the mountain range there. And that's our runway. So we are almost there at the Polish Aviator 74. Welcome aboard, my friend. I'm doing very well. How are you this evening? Hello, Kaon. Welcome aboard. After Sim Update 10, I definitely recommend the DLSS on the quality setting. And if you're having issues, go to the balance. But if you go down to performance and alter performance, that's when all your displays will start getting blurry. So I don't recommend that. But in terms of FPS, actually, you don't really. It isn't really much difference between DLSS and TLA or TLAA or something like that. That's Caslo. We are. Where are we? NQN 96 to Elro. So what I'm gonna do, Evox, Caslo. So that's Caslo. So we're gonna fly direct to Caslo. Let me go to direct, and we're gonna go to Caslo. Insert. There we go. That's Caslo. All right. Now from Caslo, as you can see, there is a restriction here, 16,000, and then there is speed error after Lepto, new cruise altitude. All right. Let me just check things here. So this is 14, 10, 9. All right. So we're gonna go to. We're gonna reset the MCP altitude. We'll leave this as it is, but we're gonna reset this to 6,000 feet. All right, and that's the top of climb, top of descent again, out of 16,000. And as you can see here, this area is pretty scary. That's the runway, by the way. So that's runway 05 at yeah. So what we'll do at the top of descent point, we will activate the approach and let the aircraft descend. So we are configured. We don't have to worry too much about, here is the turn. You can see very mountainous terrain. Look at that view. Just beautiful. It's an RNAV approach, Randy. Need to reset your MCP altitude. I think I did, no? Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, it's already reset to 6,000. Wow, this is just a beautiful sight of lovely. That's the airport, by the way. And this is runway 0. This is runway 23, I believe. And that's runway 05 right there. You can already see how high the mountains are. Wow, what a beautiful approach into New Zealand. Just lovely. Oh, thanks, Bill. Oh, just look at that, guys. What a beautiful looking approach into New Zealand. Yeah, we did have a lot of issues in the beginning, but thanks to Jakub, we are actually doing very well now. And he saved us. He saved by Jakub. There we go, and all's looking good. By the way, if you guys are interested in the A350 in X-Plane 12, I'm more than happy to do a stream. I updated the aircraft. It's okay. And here's our turn. We're almost now getting to the final stage of our flight. The fun part, the landing, which everyone... Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to... Where's the... All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start recording here. And let's also take a look at Flight Control Replay, which now has native support for the A320 and the PMDG 737. All right, perfect. And we're going to set this to 10 nautical miles. This is the top of descent point. I think that's close enough. We're going to go ahead and initiate the descent. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the performance page, and we are going to activate the approach and confirm. The transition altitude is 13,000 feet. You can see that we're going to make a turn here around the mountains and then head over to land. Just a beautiful approach into Queenstown. More drag, it says. All right. Right. Setting. There we go. Ah, we need to. There we go. Right, landing lights. And nose light to take off, runway turn off lights, and wing lights. Why is it complaining? Speed brake is out. Okay, I'm going to leave the speed brake out a little bit, and we're going to go to the approach. Now, you don't need the landing system, and if you use the landing system, what it will do is, as you can see, we're actually a bit too high, but that's okay. We've set that now. I'm going to leave the speed brake out a little bit. And continue our descent. Right, speed check, flaps 1. Speed check, flaps 2. And landing gears coming down. Help us reduce our speed further. We increased the range a bit. That's our runway right there. Speed check, laps 3. We're going to go to flaps full. On the speed brake. By the way, the runway is right there, somewhere right there. You can see it now. And momentarily we're just going to disconnect and take over. The runway is right ahead of us now, and we are looking good. Definitely. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the autopilot. And my aircraft. The runway right there. I have the speed brakes out. You're too high, yeah, definitely. It's unstable. Well, I think we better go around. Alright, we'll attempt it one more time. Let's landing gear is going up. Do set this to 10,000 feet. The proper go-around procedure would be to do a 270 degrees left turn around and then south while remaining west of IC. Well, thanks for that. Appreciate it. that's the airport there. I'm going to set the speed to, let's see, set the speed to 160 knots. We're going to climb back to 8,000, and we're going to make the turn once more and attempt to do a second attempt to land at Queenstown. Very challenging approach indeed. We're just hand flying the aircraft at this point. Are you flaps 2? Can't tell. I'm catching the arrival. How cool. I am at flaps... Alright, flaps full. Let's take a quick look here at the performance approach. 138. All right. It's best that we hand fly the approach. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to reset the MCP altitude to 3,200. Duncan, coming in with 20 months of membership. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, Duncan, for your continued support. I really appreciate it very much. Did you have to go around or fly Mr. Approach? We had to go around. We were too high, so we had to go around. All right, let's take a look here at all right, so we're looking good here, and we can now begin the turn. set the speed brakes to medium, and we are going to arm the speed brake. What's the red ECAM message? Autoflight AP off. Alright, landing gear coming down. Gee, the sun is right in my eyes right now. Right, we're going to slow to 150 knots. Gee. Should go away just after we pass. Sun is brutal, absolutely. Right, I have the runway in sight. All right, landing lights are on, speed brake is armed, flaps are full, green, landing gear is down, all lights are on, and we are looking good. Alright, let's slow down to 140.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Man, the sun is
Terrain
just killing
ahead.
me. Oh, God, that's much better. god, that's terrible. I can't see a thing.
1,000.
I can barely see the
500.
runway. Alright, that's much better.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
50. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Welcome to Queenstown, ladies and gentlemen. After a struggle with the approach and with the sun. Jeez. Yeah. We finally made it though. Let's disarm. There we go. Tell you, I'm not very happy with the landing, but I'll take it. Was pretty firm. By the way, is this a taxiway? Doesn't look like this is a taxi. It should be a taxiway. I will just make a turn and come back. That's all right. Woo! Wow. We are in one piece. Absolutely, yeah. Nice bike path, yeah. Alright, what is it complaining? Is the brakes hot? Delay. Yeah, delay. The brakes are hot after the landing, obviously. So we're gonna cool them off here. And yeah, it was definitely a fun flight. We learned something new during the flight. The landing itself wasn't really a very good landing, and this is actually a very, very challenging approach. Queenstown is one of the most challenging approaches in the world. So was okay. We're alive. Thank you very much, Jan. Appreciate it. Sebastian, thank you very much. Yeah. Very nice scenery there of iniScene of Queenstown, New Zealand. Brilliant. Yeah, Stan, exactly. How is the Fenix? The Fenix is actually pretty good after the update. I actually loaded the aircraft just to test, and I loaded the aircraft at London Heathrow, at Brussels Airport, the Fly Tampa of Brussels, or was it Airsoft, I think. And you know, I'm getting about 40, 45 FPS or so at both airports, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think the performance-wise, I think it's pretty good. Oh, just look at this beautiful airport. Again, the arrival airport today, Queenstown, is by iniScene or iniScene, which is a part of iniBuild's, the Q8 Pilot official partners. And this was definitely a fun flight, full of events. And yeah, we're just going to bring it now here and land the aircraft, park the aircraft at the gate. think there's a marshaller right ahead of us. And then we can take a look at the landing before we... Actually, the landing is... the recording is still going on, so... There we go. Slow it down. Alright, he's asking us to come in. Nice and slow. Perfect. Right. Parking brake set. Alright, so what we're going to do now, guys, is we are going to take a look at the replay real quick. So let me stop the recording, and we'll let the recording bring us back here then, and we'll kill the engines. But let me load the replay. And it was a bit long, so I'm going to skip through it. And we're just going to look at the last part. Let's see here.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
So that's when we started. And what I'm going to do is we're going to come down right here. All right. Play.
Great.
All right, definitely we were coming, that's a steep descent. And we kind of corrected ourselves right at the very end. Oh, that's the first time. That's the go-around. That's when we couldn't make it. We realized that we couldn't make it. So then, let's see. Let me just bring it all the way. All right, that's the second attempt. All right, here we go. The sun was absolutely brutal as we came into land. That was a nice approach. We can see all the animations, which is cool in the flight control replay. Very nice. So yeah, this version of flight control replay allows you to see all the animations, which is kind of cool. Let's see. A bit hard. It was alright. A bit hard on the landing though, but apart from that, good landing. It was okay. Yeah, a little off the center. That is right. Yes, indeed. The scenery is very nice. Yes, I do agree with you. And the replay system is flight control replay. And not sure if it is the stream, but it seems to stutter quite a bit for a 3090 and 1080p. Actually, I'm watching the stream with you guys right now, and I'm not getting any stuttering whatsoever. So I do have the stream displayed. The game isn't stuttering for sure. And also taking a look at it, there's no stuttering on my side. If someone else can let me know, that would be great. But I'm not getting any stutters whatsoever at my end. That looked harder now than from the flight deck, for sure. A good landing is where everyone can walk away. That is true. But again, I'd like to always, you know, show you guys a good show. So, you know, that wasn't a very good show in terms of the landing. Let's follow. What a beautiful rendition of Queenstown by iniScene. Very detailed airport. Nicely done. There we go, that's our aircraft. That was fun. That was definitely a lot of fun. And I definitely enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. And that's us coming to park the aircraft. I love the fact that flight control replay now properly sets everything up. So let me just bring this all the way here. And we're going to exit flight control replay. And now we can still kill the engines. And we can come to GSX. And we can select deboarding.
The boarding requested.
And we should have external power too. Well, overall, folks, I think that was a very good test of Sim Update 10 for one, and the Fenix updates. Obviously, there are a few issues. I'm not sure if it's due to my, lack of piloting skills, if you will, or there is something genuinely wrong with the aircraft as we took off from Wellington.
Passengers bus is coming.
But overall, I think this was I really enjoyed the flight, and I really enjoyed taking off from Wellington. I think it was really a lot of fun to fly from such beautiful country and such beautiful airports. And as you can see now, we have the cargo being offloaded to the. This actually looks a very, very realistic scene, as you see it. And I love the fact that with Microsoft Flight Simulator, you are able to perform, real world operations of a commercial flight, from setting up, loading your passengers, and all the way to landing the aircraft and getting the passengers out. Here's the passenger bus. And we'll start seeing the passengers now exit the aircraft. Really, really nice. I really like, let's see, look at that scene here. Just looks fantastic.
Passengers, the boarding started.
And the passengers should now start exiting the aircraft. But yeah, I think overall this was an enjoyable flight. We had to, of course, go around and come back and land. But overall it was fun. And thank you very much, you guys, for being here. Thank you very much, Captain Khalid. I appreciate it. Is there a new version of Flight Control Replay out recently? Yes, Bill. The new version is out. And it looks like the passengers are now coming out as well. There is a new version that was just released. And so just go ahead to your account, wherever you got it, and download it. And you will be able, as we witnessed here, as we did the replay, we were able to see all the animations, including the reverse thrust and the spoilers being armed, the landing gear. All the issues that we used to experience before are now gone in this version of Flight Control Replay. So good work, Fabio. If you were on stream, it's really excellent. Now that we can see Flight Control Replay replaying everything exactly as it happened, during the stream. So this is it, folks. And has the flight finished? Yes, the flight has just finished. We are deboarding our passengers now, but the flight has finished indeed, and it's been definitely a fun flight, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well. Thank you for all of those of you who became members. Thank you for everyone else for all your support, your loyalty, and your encouragement, and for teaching me a few tricks as well. It's been really a lot of fun. I want to thank you very much, guys, for being here with me this evening. I did forget my lights. I sure did. Yeah. Why is it not turning off? Well, we can come here, and I sure did leave all the lights. So here we go. No more lights. There we go. All right. No more lights. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. We know now we can do Flight Control Replay properly, and so that's good. The Fenix performance is excellent in this version. And thank you very much, Ryan, for being here. Thank you, all of you guys. Good night, Yakub, and thank you very much again for your support today. It's been immense help. Guys, until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.